Hello surveyors, how are you? So in the last class we have seen how we have created 3D DTM or the solid surface for our initial surface and final surface here. Let me open and show you to recap it quickly. Let me open it in pink color. So this is our initial surface and AOI underscore 5 meter was our final surface. I'll open it in aqua color and click OK. So these were our surfaces, okay, and the volume that we have to calculate is between these two surfaces. As you can see here, there is a cavity. If you look closely by zooming in, you can see a cavity between initial surface and final surface here, and this is what we are going to calculate. This is the volume we are going to calculate. So for that, what we have to do is, firstly we have to open both the initial and final surfaces. As you can see, I have already opened it, and the next step is to go and create a datum plane. So what is a datum plane? Datum plane is a plane with respect to which we are going to calculate the volume between two surfaces. Okay, for that what I have to do is I have to go to this create new plane object here and click on the drop down menu and click on coplanar with XY plane here. So you will see a plane will be created. So in the object inspector, as you can see, the plane name is XY002. So I will change the color by choosing this plane, and when I will choose this plane, you can see a property window under this, and I will choose an appropriate color, let us say money green, and click enter. Okay, the datum plane has been created. So now before calculating the volume, we have to make sure that this datum plane is below both the initial and final surfaces. We have to make sure that this plane is not cutting either of the surfaces. For that, as you can see here, datum plane is already cutting both the surfaces, so we have to move or shift this plane under this. So how we can do that is choose the plane in the object inspector, and corresponding to its properties you can see the origin option here. So click on it and drop down it by dragging here, and as you can see that the axis which we have to change the value to shift the plane downward is the Z axis. As you can see here is we have to shift the plane in vertical direction, and that is in the downward direction to be more precise. So I will decrease the value of Z here. So I'll go to Z, and it's already 0, so decreasing means we have to input the negative values. So I will take any arbitrary value, let's say -100, and press enter. Okay, as you can see here is our plane has shifted. So it doesn't matter how much below you shift it, just make sure that the plane does not cross either of our surfaces. So moving on to the next step, I will go to this bird's eye view and click on it, and I will again go to the object inspector here and click on this GL camera icon here to see the data in ortho mode. Okay, now I'll go to the project manager, and in the project manager I'll go to polylines and also open the boundary line over this data. Okay, so this is how it will look. Okay, so we have to calculate the volume between initial and final surfaces within predefined boundary. So for the next step, you have to go to this measure volume and surface area and click on it, and a pop-up window will open, and there are many options here. As you can see, under the calculation mode you have to choose raster mesh, the last option here, and under output option you have to mark the volume radio button here, and you can give the name of the volume that you are going to calculate. So I'll give it. If you don't want to change the name, then you can just leave it as it is, or if you want to change, then you can change also. So I'm changing it to test underscore volume. Moving on further, you will see the parameters option here. In the parameters option you will see reference plane. So in the reference plane, plane XY002 is already chosen, and in the base mesh you have to choose the final surface. So you will click on the drop down menu and click on the final surface. So my final surface is AOI underscore 5 meter, so I'll choose that surface, and if you tick the polyline and choose the boundary option, then the volume will be calculated within the boundary line. Okay, So I want this, I will tick mark this. If you don't want to calculate the volume within the boundary, then you just untick this option and the entire volume between the two surface will be calculated. But I want volume within the boundary, so I will mark this option, and also mark the option create cut and fill volume. And again, in the reference mesh, you have to choose the initial surface. Okay, so click on the drop down menu and choose the appropriate option, that is the initial surface option. And you don't have to change any other options, just keep the default options as it is and then click OK. And yes, you can see our volume is calculated. Cut volume is 2238184.577, something like that, and fill volume is 22899.299767. So this is how you calculate volume between two surfaces in RiScan Pro software. With this video, our course has ended here, and I hope you enjoyed the course. So just make sure to like and subscribe the channel, and also share this video with your friends. And if you want me to make any videos based on your interest or any topic or function that you like, just comment and I'll make it happen. So till next time, goodbye, take care, thank you.